The antics of Jeffrey Epstein and all the incidents revolving around his death seem to be absolutely refusing to go away. Now, one of the high-profile victimizers that came out when the entire information about Jeffrey Epstein was finally brought to light was the British Prince Andrew. Now, according to reports, he has now been forced out of the business offices at Buckingham Palace over his friendship with the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Now, Andrew had been working on a scheme known as the Pitch at Palace in his office, according to the royal press. Now, the royal now intends to continue working on his entrepreneurial scheme. He's just going to have to be doing it somewhere else. The Duke will continue to work on Pitch and look at how he takes this forward outside of his public duties and outside Buckingham Palace, a spokesman said on Saturday. We recognize there will be a period of time while this transition takes place. Meanwhile, many of the Pitch charity's financial backers, including Barclays, KPMG, Standard Chartered, Inmarsat, have all abandoned him and have pulled out and don't want to be a part of Prince Andrew once all these revelations came out, and especially his relationship to Jeffrey Epstein. Barclays issued a statement on Friday saying, in light of the current situation, we have informed Pitch that we are going forward, we will regrettably no longer be participating in the program. Pitch has been historically high successful in supporting entrepreneurs and job creation, and we hope a way forward can be found that means that we can continue this important work. Although, very interestingly, while his offices have been closed down by the royal family, he's still allowed to live there. He still has a dwelling in there where he can live, and that's basically a right that any royal has. But it's interesting that the royal family itself kicked out his businesses. I mean, if your own family doesn't believe you, then you really don't have much of a leg to stand on. I mean, there was much that could be very much criticized from his interview on I believe it was the BBC, discussing the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing and the lack of empathy that he had for the victims of Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking, which I and many other people highly believe that he was directly involved in. Now, Andrew is also under pressure to shed more light on the nature and the extent of Epstein's relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell, the daughter of the disgraced media mogul Robert Maxwell, who has just mysteriously disappeared. As soon as these accusations came out, she hasn't been seen from since. And he had a pretty tight relationship with her, too. And one of the things people would like to know is where she is. But what's significant here is, despite all his protestations to be innocent, even the royal family doesn't believe him and have asked him to take his business elsewhere. That is something very significant, because normally you get the royal family, they're as tight as can be, and they protect each other to the nth degree. But not this time. It seems that maybe perhaps the actions of Prince Andrew in this situation have gone just a bit too far, that not even the royal family has his back. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.